the summer, focus switches to the FIFA Club World Cup as 32 clubs from around the globe compete for arguably the most competitive competition around the planet. In each one of these videos, we'll preview one club from around the globe. Who is it? Well, today we're going to preview Ulsan HD. That's right, folks, back once again with another preview. Today, we're taking a look at one of the clubs that are taking part in this summer spectacular. It is, of course, FIFA's Club World Cup, and we'll get to that in a second. Of course, if you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button, your one-stop shop for FIFA's Club World Cup, World Football, and, of course, Blackburn Bloody Rovers. We've got it all here under one rooski. In today's video, we're going to do a deep dive into one of the clubs that are taking part in this summer's football spectacular. We'll showcase you that in just a second. What I want to say is a big shout-out to the members. You know who you are. And a big shout-out to the Patreons. You know who you are. But anyway, sit tight. Hold on, and let's get into it. Ulsan HD next, coming at you out of South Korea, the K-League's representation out of Asia. That's right, the AFC. They qualified by being the best ranked eligible team over the 4-year period of the AFC, and they qualified back on the 17th of April 2024. They've actually been at a tournament such as this 3 times in the past. The previous 2, though, back in 2012 and 2020. What about their roster? Let's have a look at the roster then, shall we? Starting with the goalkeepers, a couple of Koreans competing for the jersey there, with Jo Hung-wo and Moon Jung-in competing for the jersey. Who will get the honour? Who we'll see when, of course, kickoff comes around. Into the defensive ranks, and an all-Korean selection box, the likes of Kim Hwang-gwan. We've got Kang Sang-wo in there. We got Hwang Sok-hyo. We also got Lee Jake and Young Kung-yoo. Of course, they're all familiar names. If you keep an eye on South Korean football, such as I, then, of course, you'll know who these guys are. But into the midfielders, we've got a bit of variety, as, of course, we've got Matias Lacava out of Venezuela, Georgia's own Georgi Abaradze, and Eric Farias out of Brazil. It doesn't stop there. There are a couple of Swedes on the books with Gustavo Ludvigsson and Derek Bojanovic to compete alongside the likes of Jung Woo-rong and Ko Seong-bom. That's right. Meanwhile, there's a lone man up top, and his name is Yagio Carello from Brazil, the one and only forward on the books, as, of course, Ulsan HD try to boss it in midfield, that's right. But the main man so far has been Ko Seong-bom with a 7.42 average according to SofaScore for the K-League and beyond. Also joining him, Kim Young-won and Lee Jung-hyun, that's right. The highest ranking foreigner in this is Eric Farias. In midfield with a 6.96 average. Wow, what? This is, of course, the lineup that you can expect, or you might see commonplace for Ulsan HD in this competition. In between the six, we've got Moon Jung-in, we've got Kim Yong-gwon at the back there, when the captain's armband alongside Choi Suk-hyung in a back 4 there. Kang Sang-wo, Young Jung-gyu, of course, in the back 4 there. Into the midfield, we've got a 3-man midfield with Ko Seong-bom in the defensive pivot there, with Lee Jung-hyun and Matias Lacava supporting them. Up top, we've got the likes of Eric Farias and Wong-sang alongside Yagio Carello. I don't know why I said it like that, but I did. Moving forward, this is, of course, their pedigree coming into this. They are 5-time South Korean champion, most recently back in 2024. Of course, 3 titles in a row. They're also a 5-time South Korean League Cup winners, but they haven't won it since 2011. And they also won the AFC Champions League twice, back in 2012 and most recently back in 2020. Now, this is the man in charge, Kim Pang-won. He's been at the helm since 2024, and he's just 55 years of age. He's got a 1.65 points per match ratio, and they're led by the talisman, that is Eric Farias, with a cool 1.5 million euros. He's on a striker that's joined quite recently, back on March 14th. He's a fresh little player to completely spear them towards the last stage of this competition. But they're coming into this with quite a lowbrow 16.3 million euro squad here. 466,000 is the average price for a player. 27.1 is the average age. They've got 5 internationals, 5 youth internationals, and 6 foreigners on the books. They start with a bit of an elongated kind of fixture list here. They take on Malmö Sundowns on June 17th. That's the opening game, not long after they take on Jeonbuk in the K-League right there. International number 2, they take on Fluminense. That's the game they realistically cannot lose. Get a draw out of that, then who bloody knows? And, of course, they were scheduled to take on Suwon FC, and again in the K-League, that's been pushed onto another way, and they're going to have to wait till the conclusion of this tournament or conclude Ulsan's progress in this competition. They'll wrap it up with a 3-piece against Dortmund on June the 25th. Now, this is Group F, and I do think Ulsan HD, despite their low valuation of the squad, have a chance to cause us some problems in this group. That's right. This is the kits. Get familiar with it. You might be seeing a lot of it. Why do I say that? Well, I'll show you in a minute. Brand new as well, 2025 kits. Nice looking blue there, and a bit of an Argentinian throwback there to the away kit as well. So the odds for them to qualify is 3-1. Not great, you would imagine. Meanwhile, the odds to win the thing, 200-1. You don't think that's very good, do you? But do they? Can they make it out of the group stages? Oh, yes, they can. Round of 16 for Ulsan HD. Why do I think that? I think Dortmund will win this. Of course, they will win this group. But that second place is wide open. And if you do follow Korean football, I'm not saying Ulsan HD are like the national team, but they do give everything. They run their asses off. And I think a lot of teams, specifically Fluminense, and maybe even Dortmund themselves, will get kind of caught off guard here by Ulsan HD. And of course, they might sneak into that last 16. And who knows? Who knows after that? Let me know your thoughts and opinions about the K-League, Ulsan HD. Can they do it? Can they represent Korea and go far in this competition? Let me know down below. Well, there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. Of course, will this club go the distance and lift the trophy at the end of the campaign? Let me know your thoughts down below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and smash the like, guys. This will be a non-stop shop for FIFA's Club World Cup. We're going to have previews. We're going to have predictions. We're going to have, of course, watch-alongs as well. It's going to be non-stop here over the summer. So make sure you do me the honor, smash the like and smash the subscribe. Until then, I'll see you soon for the next one.